So what are the assets and liabilities of a bank? Yes. Which are the assets? Which are the liabilities? Yeah, you are thorough with that by now. Then why taking so much of time? What are the asset? It is banking. I'm talking about the subject banking only. For the bank, what is considered as an asset? What is liability? Yes, Pranav.
Loan,
Okay, please say.
loan,
Loans.
loan,
Very good. Loans, what are they? Loans that the banks provide to the public. What is it?
asset.
Loans are the,
Okay. Liability.
yes? Loans are the asset. You're right. Loans are the asset. And what are the liabilities of the bank?
Deposit.
The deposits that the banks receive. Don't forget this, okay? So deposits that the bank receive, that is their liability, because one day they have to pay it back. The depositor, when they demand for it, the bank should pay the depositor back the deposits. Okay, so the loans that they provide to the public, to the borrower, that is the asset of the business, not the business, banking. Okay, so now the loans, we know that after a particular time period, this loan amount should be repaid back to the bank. Okay, sometimes the banks won't get back this loan amount. The borrowers, they make default, they do not make the payment properly. Okay, now when the banks doesn't get back the assets, that is, the loan repayment is not done properly on time, then the loans provided, they are considered as non performing assets, NPA. You understand? Okay, so when the loans are not repaid properly by the public, such loans, which are the assets of the business, the loans are the assets. Okay, the repayment not received on time, then it is called NPA, non performing asset. Okay, is it good or bad for the bank?
Bad.
It is very bad for the bank. It is not good. The bank cannot encourage this, because that is the source of income. That is how they make their income. They collect interest from the loans. That is the main source of income. So how to control this NPA? The situation was in such a way that there should be some way to control this NPA. Okay? In order to control, an idea came into the banking field, that is to collect the informations, the history of the borrower, the credit history. Okay, the credit history was maintained, collected, analyzed before providing loans to them. Okay, so for this, a Credit Information Bureau, CIB, please note it down. This is important from this area. CIB was set up to collect the informations about the credit history of the public. Okay, for that a bureau was set up, Credit Information Bureau, and it was set up to provide an adequate, comprehensive and reliable information system on the borrowers through an efficient database system. That is the main thing in this paragraph. So NPA, non-performing assets, in order to control that, the banks had to go through, analyze the credit history. So in order to collect this credit history of the customers, a bureau was set up. So it is a database system. Database means the collection of information. So this CIB, what they do, they will collect all the information regarding the borrowers, and they'll collect and keep it in their system. Credit Information Bureau India Limited was founded in August 2000. Again, important line. Later on, the CIB, it became Credit Information Bureau India Limited, CIBIL. The CIB name changed to CIBIL. CIBIL. CIBIL, what the CIBIL does? CIBIL collects commercial and consumer credit related data, and collates such data to create and distribute credit report to its member institutions, which are credit institutions and banks. So all the banks and other financial institutions, okay, which provides loan, they are the members of CIBIL. So CIBIL, all the banks, they are the all the banks, they are the members of CIBIL. The CIBIL, they will collect the data. What data? Credit information data of all the individuals, all the borrowers. They will collect the information and keep it with CIBIL. When a person approaches the bank for a loan and asking for the loan, the bank will ask CIBIL, how is this person, what is his credit history, okay, and based on his credit history, the CIBIL, they will allot score also, marks are also given. They will prepare report, CIBIL will prepare credit report, okay, that is one thing, and also they will give some score, marks are given to the public, okay. So they will prepare the credit report. Another one is the CIBIL's score is an important measure for understanding, for studying this person, the borrower. If the measure, that a score, you know, it is actually a 3-digit number. It is actually a 3-digit number, usually a 3-digit number, and the score, if it is 900, the score given to a person by the CIBIL, if it is 900, then he is a very strong person, very good history, credit history he has got. So 900 means it is very good score. So there is no need to get tensed, there is no kind of tension related for the banking, for the financial institutions for providing loans to them. Because the score is 900, that means the banks can trust this man, the borrower. Okay. Now, CIBIL's product, we already told it is usually a report, credit information report, and a score are very important in the loan approval process. So before giving a loan, for getting the loan to be sanctioned, for the loan to get approved, okay, for the loan to get approved, these two, which are they? CIR, credit information report, and also, as well as CIBIL score. These are the two main information. For what? For loan approval, for getting a loan approved. So if suppose myself go to a bank, I want a loan. So what the bank will do? The bank will collect my CIBIL report, credit information report, and as well as my score. These both will be checked by the bank. So according to my score and my report, they will get an idea about me. Idea about me in the sense about my credit history, whether I will make the repayments properly or not, timely repayment, interest will be given correctly. Okay. So these are the two important things. Once the lender has decided, lender means the bank, which set of loan applicants to evaluate, it analyzes the CIR and score in order to determine the applicant's eligibility, whether, in my case, whether I am eligible or not. They check it using this two, report as well as score. Eligibility means what? The applicant's ability. to take additional debt and to repay additional debit on the basis of their current commitments. Already, I will be a person having loan in some other financial institution. Again, if I am approaching another bank, that means again I want loan, a further loan I am going to take, additional debt. Okay, so the bank will assess whether I am eligible for this second loan, the additional debt that is going to come to me. So, for this purpose, the lender means the bank, will request the applicants to submit his income proof and other relevant documents in order to finally sanction the loan. This is how the loan is sanctioned. So, me as a person, what should I do? I should submit my income proof. They want to know whether I am having any income, whether I will be able to repay this. Okay, income proof and all other relevant documents should be submitted. So, from this area, NPA, very important, note it down, NPA, non-performing assets. What is NPA? When assets, the loans are provided by the bank to the public, they are the assets. If the repayment of loan is not correctly done by the public, then it is considered as NPA. So, this is not good for the bank. In order to avoid such conditions, such situations, the bank will collect, before lending loans to someone, the bank will collect his credit information. Okay? And that credit information, from where do you get? CIBIL will provide you. So, CIBIL, what is CIBIL? Next important point. CIBIL, Credit Information Bureau, India Limited. And it was founded in August 2000. They will prepare the credit report as well as they will assign a score. This score means, we will come to that in detail again. It is a 3-digit number, and usually the banks will set a limit. Some banks, they will consider the score 600 as good. Okay, people having a score 600 and above is a strong person, is okay to give loans, a trustable person likewise. So, you got the idea about CIBIL. And before sanctioning a loan, they will check this, the banks will go through this credit report and also the score. And the person has to submit the income proof and also relevant documents. Now, you might have found the word TransUnion CIBIL. Now, the CIBIL name has changed to TransUnion CIBIL. Formerly, it was Credit Information Bureau, India Limited. Now, the name has changed to TransUnion CIBIL. TransUnion CIBIL. And what is this TransUnion CIBIL? It is India's leading credit information company. A company which is doing this credit information, which is providing this credit information. Okay. It was established in 2000. Later on in 2000, the name CIBIL changed to TransUnion CIBIL. Okay, I told you CIBIL score, it is a 3-digit credit score. 3-digit number. What is the CIBIL report now? Let us see. A CIBIL report is a consolidated credit report. It is a report, like your report card. You will have your report card, your progress card. What is included in your progress card? All the scores, marks you have received in that particular academic year. Likewise, a CIBIL report means it is a report that includes the credit score, the credit summary, how much loan is repaid, how much is pending, personal information, all the personal informations, contact information, employment information, and loan account information. So, all these informations are there in the CIBIL report. So it is very important to note that the banks will consider both this CIBIL score as well as the report. Both are checked, analyzed by the bank. Now coming to CIBIL score. A CIBIL score is a consumer's credit score. How much marks they have got for their credit. Okay, that is a score given to their credit behavior. This is a 3-digit number, summary of a consumer's credit history and a reflection of a person's credit profile. This mark will tell us how is the performance of this person as a borrower of loan. Dealing with this credit, how does he perform? This is based on the past credit behavior, such as borrowing and repayment habits, as shared by the banks and lenders with CIBIL on a regular basis. Okay? So all these will be included in the CIBIL report. And usually the CIBIL score, it ranges from 300 to 900. 300 to 900. And a person with a very good score, that means he is good in handling credit. If the score is 900, that means he is the best. He is good, very good. And usually, normally the banks consider good as 700, but it is all up to the bank. The bank can decide what score that they should consider as a limit or the benchmark they have set. Some banks, they will set the benchmark 650. Even the score is 650, okay, it's good, we will give you a loan. Likewise. Okay. Now, how does this CIBIL score, how is this going to help the consumers as well as the bank? Yes, share your thoughts, please. How is this going to help the consumer as well as the bank? Try to share your points. Think for 2 minutes. I'll give you time. So you
Helps
understand?
the bank.
Yeah.
It helps the bank to know more about the customer.
Very good. Yeah, very simple. Very good, Krishnoni. Yes. The bank will get an idea about this person. A person is coming to take loan for 5 lakh rupees. How will the bank trust this man? Or how, on what basis he is going to give the loan? So, very good. The banks get to know. Then, any other points? Nestle, switch on the video, please. Alan Thomas, is there any trouble with your camera?
Yes, ma'am. Small network issue.
Okay. I understand that. We can understand. As Krishnanuni said, they will come to know, they understand about the borrowers. Okay. And as they get all the information easily, quickly, it is time, they can save so much of time. They can do all the formalities quickly. If such information, a report was not there, then definitely before providing loan, bank should find out the history or they should study about this man. For that, definitely it will take so much of time. Am I right? When the bank, they investigate about this borrower, it will take so much of time, and for the loan, for providing loan also, sanctioning the loan also, it will take so much of time. So this is going to save time, so that they can do all the formalities quickly. This translates into faster loan approvals. Fast, everything takes place quickly, easily, economically, faster. And coming to individual, an individual with a higher credit score, they can ask for bargain for lesser interest rate. They can ask for any loan amount, that is a benefit, and they can ask for I'm good at paying back the interest. They can bargain regarding the interest rate also. I am a very responsible person. Please give me so and so amount as loan. I will be paying it back. You can check my history. I am very good. Okay? And the consumers can also access their credit score and CIR directly from the CIBIL. They can assess themselves. Where is my problem? Oh my God, I haven't paid this. Or this is my problem. From next time onwards, I'll do everything correctly, properly. Likewise, they can assess about themselves. Okay, and they understand, they are not only that, they understand their score. This is my score. So if I am in need of money, I can ask only an amount which will be sanctioned based on that score. Okay, so these are the benefits for the consumers, or this is the way the CIBIL is going to help the consumer as well as the bank. Okay. So now next we are going to discuss about credit cards. Credit cards. Before that, let me ask you, which are the different cards that you know, you are aware of?
Credit and debit.
Card and debit.
Debit card, then
Credit card.
debit card, credit card. Okay, these are the two cards that you know. Any other names?
ATM card.
ATM card, yes. ATM card, debit card, credit card. Usually these three. Anything else is there? Any other cards are there?
PAN card.
Sorry? Krishna, complete?
PAN card.
PAN card. PAN card is different. It is a kind of identity proof, and definitely yes. Okay, that is a card. But when it comes to the dealings of money, okay, for transactions, the cards are available as 3: ATM card, debit card, credit card. Now, tell me, what is the difference between these three? I'll tell you, but let me see whether you are aware of it or not. Try. We all have ATM, all these three cards are with us also. Everybody is having that. We use it now. ATM card, credit card, debit card. So what are the differences? What is that difference? Aparna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Try. Just share your thoughts.
Through debit card and ATM card, both we can withdraw money
Hmm.
from our savings. It's like savings account, so from that we can withdraw money.
Hmm. Hmm.
And credit card, it's like it's type of loan, not loan. It's like we want to repay the money later or something.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Very good. You're right. See, very good, Aparna. Very good. You said it. See, ATM cards and debit cards. Okay, they are the cards which help us to withdraw money from our savings bank account. Savings bank, we have the savings account. You know, no? What are the 4 types of accounts? Yes? 4 accounts
Yes,
that we savings account,
Recurring account.
recurring deposit account,
Fixed deposit.
fixed deposit FD, then one more,
Current account.
current account. Very good. Okay, these are the 4 types of accounts, and the normal one that we the individuals open with the bank is the savings bank account. So in the savings bank account, whose money is that? It is our own money. Am I right? It is our money in the savings bank account. We deposit it. Okay, so this ATM cards and debit cards, these two cards are used to withdraw money from our savings bank account. Very right, as Aparna said. And this ATM card, actually this ATM card we can only use in the ATM machines where you can withdraw money, or you can understand your balance, the balance available in your account. This is the main two purpose with this ATM card. The difference that it makes with the debit card is you cannot make purchases. You do online purchases now, or after shopping from the shops also you give card. Am I right? So such activities is not possible with ATM card. ATM card is only used to know your balance, your bank account balance, as well as to withdraw money from the ATM. You cannot use it for purchases. Transactions not possible. At the same time, debit card, it is the same like ATM only. You can withdraw cash, you can do all such activities. Along with that, you can do the transactions also, purchases. Now whatever purchases you do, online purchases, the shopping purchases, that you do it with the help of your debit card. Understand? Now we are going to learn about credit card. What is this credit card? Actually, this credit card, it is not our money. The bank is giving us short-term loans. If you want to purchase money, if you want to purchase something now, okay? If you want to purchase something, you don't have sufficient balance in your account. You don't have money now. So if you have a credit card, you can give the credit card. You can do the purchase with the help of this credit card. And whatever money you have used with this credit card, you will have to repay it back to the bank. The bank is giving you short-term loans. I want to buy a fridge. 15,000 rupees. I don't have 15,000 now. I have a credit card. So what I do? I go purchase fridge, give my credit card, they will swipe the card. 15,000 money is given to the shop. That is over. Dealing with the shop is over. I got the fridge. Okay, that is done. Now this 15,000 rupees, that is actually the loan. The bank has given me some amount. I have borrowed some money from the bank. I should repay this 15,000 back to the bank. Clear? Is it time? No. Okay. Now this 15,000 rupees, we should repay it back within a particular time period. Usually it is 50 to 52 days. 52 days. Okay, you will get time up to a certain period where you can repay this amount. If repayment is not done, then you will have to pay interest. You get the idea? Credit card? Okay. So, what is a credit card? It is a plastic card. It is a plastic card, It is issued by a financial institution. Financial institution, that means a bank. It is a bank that gives you a credit card, that allows you to buy things on credit. Credit. What is the meaning of credit? Credit transaction. You are not making the payment immediately. Later on, the payment is made some days after. It is done in future. So that is credit card. I stop with this. We will continue in the next class.